I think a lot of people can resonate with feeling like they want to understand themselves in order to navigate life in a healthy way. I mean, that's what we do as growing human beings. But for me, as a person who struggles with very complex mental health issues, this is often in a lot of tension, like desiring this understanding, but also just not having a grip on what's going on in your brain and body. Hi, my name's Ellie, and to me, surrender means a moment-by-moment commitment to trusting Jesus and trusting that he knows more than you could ever understand or seek to grasp in life, and just resting in his peace, knowing that he is carrying it all. It hasn't been an easy journey over the years, I'm gonna be honest, and it hasn't been great, and I've ended up in a lot of dire circumstances and situations where I've felt like I'm at the very end, and like you cry out in desperation to God and you do everything you possibly can to make things better and to understand, but just nothing is working. And so where does that leave you? I guess oftentimes when I think of surrender, or when I hear it described to me, it's often in the image of a battle. You know, like you fight hard and you fight for so long, over and over and over again, and you finally come to this place and this point where you've got like nothing left to give, and you know you've already lost. And so it's that point of desperation, and like all you can do is give up. And that's how it's often like depicted. And I was always really curious about that, because then I asked, like, what comes after? Like, what comes after the point of surrender? So it's like, you've surrendered, but now what? And for me, that looks like making that commitment moment by moment to know that I just don't understand everything. I will not understand everything. That's way beyond my pay grade. Through all the strife that comes with that, you can gain that peace knowing that Jesus is patient with you in these moments. Like, because it takes a lot of time to restructure, unlearn, and relearn. Like, surrender and healing doesn't come all the time in just like a moment. But God understands it all. He sees it all. He knows it all. And he's the one who crafted every intricate detail and loves every single part of me. And that's what gives me a lot of peace. That in itself, that I am seen and known by the all-loving God, who is love himself, is something that's easy to rest in, and trusting him and knowing that I can, just rest in his embrace and his presence is what a lot of surrender means like to me. And of course, like, I'm still working on it. Because a lot of the time, at least my experience with things is like, when I want to take control of something, like, it's often coming out of like a lot of anxiety and wanting things to be the way that I want them, and to be assertive and take charge of that. But that can make a person like me very anxious and just unsure of what lies next, because how could you possibly know or plan for what's to come next? So I think the real peace in the letting go and in the surrender is knowing that there is absolutely nothing I can do here. I am just here experiencing life. Like, of course we have impact and all of that, but we are not called to do anything else but to walk with God. And he doesn't require us to be anything more than present with him. And I think that has just been a really impactful thing for me to know in my own quieting of my soul and mind, to be able to surrender, is that he doesn't need you to come in any specific way. He just calls you as you are. And so when you give that to him and you surrender your identity and your being to him, he comes and he just comes to hold you there and to meet you there. And it's a place where you can like let go of the things that are making you anxious, or let go of the things that are occupying so much space in your mind, and just rest in him, knowing that he is providing for you beyond what you could ever imagine or understand. And as a person like who thinks about like the things that I need quite often and has to be very attuned to how I'm doing and how others are doing, like this is huge for me, because it's like you don't have to hold on to all of this. You don't have to understand it all, because God is the one who is steering you and he's holding you. So you surrender to his will, because his will is good for you beyond what you could ever imagine. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you.